Oh, okay, draw.
Hi.
Everybody. Wow. We're going to be back on the show today. Welcome to Tipsy Realtors Season 3, February 1st.
That's right. But today's
We're
an
losing
exciting
it
day.
already.
Exactly. So we're doing the love potion, and we are going to be drawing for our prize, and we're going to be talking about first-time home buyers and things that they need to know when buying a house.
Yes.
And the drink looks lovely, and we're going to teach you how to make cool garnishes.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm just a little bit concerned how little it is in my glass.
It's a small lunch today.
It's a little lunch today.
All right, so
Okay.
we have to start our martini glass
Yep.
that has been chilling with ice and water.
That's right.
Sorry, let's do this.
Okay, recipe on the screen.
Recipe's on the screen, and
Let's
then
do
we're
it.
putting it into the water here on the dish.
We'll do this.
And then you're taking that glass and you're rimming it in sugar, giving it that nice
Rimming
kind
it.
of
Piece of green.
frosty edge.
All right.
There
Awesome.
you go. So now those can go away. And now we're going to put that to the side. And we're going to take our vodka, which is Smirnoff today. And we're going to do the 3/4 ounce of vodka.
Vodka.
Say vodka.
Vodka.
Vodka? Is that how you say it in Russian? Vodka.
Vodka.
Peach
Yep.
schnapps, 1/4. And then we're going to do an ounce of grapefruit juice. So really easy. It's only really 3 ingredients.
Yes, vodka, peach schnapps, grapefruit juice.
Grapefruit juice, and that's all. And then here's your guys' favorite part.
Today.
It's like you want healthy life, liquid diet, and exercise.
All right.
Right. Cool.
Now, taking all of that
Nice.
and straining it into
Oh, beautiful color.
our cocktail
So
glass.
gorgeous.
So obviously it looks like a love potion. You're trying to
Pink.
get somebody
Yeah.
to fall in love with you.
It's you know, we're gonna try it, but we're gonna see if this is the drink maybe for Valentine's Day that's coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
Mhm.
what we've done is we've taken hearts and we've carved them in, or sorry, strawberries and carved them into little itsy bitsy hearts. You've taken hearts. We've already
Carve it
carved
into
hearts.
strawberry.
Carved into straw. Okay, this is their fault.
I'm just letting everybody know. Are you always bringing it up? Okay, so for garnish, you can use anything red. You can
Pretty much.
When I pass our drinks here, we have ours on the side. I got strawberries, we got raspberries, we got Marciano cherries.
Here's how it looks.
And actually, for the drink, like we used grapefruit juice, you can actually use any red juice. So
Yeah, like
anything
maybe
with
cranberry,
Cranberry.
Yeah.
or something.
Cranberry will make it kind of a little bit more tart, but if you use like
Mm.
anything that was raspberry or cherry or anything like that, anything basically red.
Okay, well look, it's beautiful. Cheers.
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 Okay. Let's try this. What's going on?
We didn't drink yet. We didn't.
Oh, now I understand. The garnish slides.
Yes. Oh. Wow, that peach snap like really comes through.
I think that's nice. That's very fresh.
I feel it's like too delicious.
It's like Kool-Aid.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like dangerous drink. You will drink a lot of this, and it's quite. It's not overly sweet.
No, it's
Actually,
not.
if you think about it, even with the sugar rim. You okay there?
I'm cleaning your counter. I'm
Okay.
making it messy.
Put that away.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right, hang on. Okay,
Mm.
back to our convo.
Mm.
So here we are, and we're going to talk about first-time homebuyers and what you need to know when you're looking at buying a home for the first time. It's always kind of difficult because I remember the first time I was pregnant and the doctor said I'd know when my water broke. I'm like, why? Because I have such a basis of experience. And it's kind of the same thing with first-time home buying. you don't really know what you need to know until you need to know it. And that can be really difficult for first time home buyers and frustrating because they know they're making large investments. They know that they want to kind of have all the information and not make mistakes. So we're going to tell you everything as a first time home buyer that you probably should consider or know prior to buying a home.
And I think a lot of people just, and not our first home buyers specifically, are overconfident in their purchasing ability because there is so much information now available for all of us to read and research the process, look at the houses, that we feel like we can like totally ace the process doing it ourselves. But so many times when you actually start going through process, you're like, oh yeah, that's totally not what I expected.
Yeah, because the first home buyers are usually overexcited about the
Yeah.
first purchase.
And not just that, is they look at what their parents have and they think that they were able to obtain something close to their parents' house. But we all didn't start there. We didn't start with the big, huge, fancy houses. We started with the smaller condos, the things that were more affordable. And it wasn't a long-term time to live there, but a short-term time. And that's sometimes something that we like to talk to first-time home buyers about, is let's talk about how long realistically you intend to live in this house.
Because sometimes you cannot buy your dream home right away, right?
Absolutely.
It takes maybe 2 or 3 times, like, buy something, then upgrade it till like you finally get in a home that you really wanted.
Or that you're just tired of moving and you're just willing to
You're
stay.
like, that's it. Can't do it anymore. But
I'm just here.
yeah. I moved once, like twice in 1 year, and I was like, that's it.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, that was a lot.
I moved once 21 years ago.
Well, I moved from another hemisphere, so
Yeah.
like
Wow.
moving across
Yeah,
the town
you
is not a
don't
big
count.
deal.
And we move a lot actually,
Yeah.
but you know what? But moving a lot, you declutter that and organize. Those are good things. So as a person, like yes, moving process is not easy. So if you think about, actually, I believe the moving to a new home is like top 5 stresses
Oh yeah.
out of
Yep.
like for, I think it was like even like 1 or 2 weeks. I think it was even above death. Like seriously. So it's a big deal. And now for the first time buyers especially, it's very exciting. It's very emotional process. And working with the realtors, especially our team here,
Yeah.
right? We're gonna keep you grounded. We're gonna give you all the information that you need to know, like analytics of the neighborhood, who lives here, why would it be perfect setup for you, not just the house.
Yeah.
Because you can mostly make the decision on the house yourself. We can point it out things you don't see because you're not familiar. But as a realtor comes in, we keep your like emotions in check. We're keeping your like money in check. Make
So-
sure you don't overspend, like things like that.
So basically, it's a shoulder where you can lean on through all the transactions.
Yeah. I always like to say we're the sober second thought for them, right? Like we're reflecting back on you and this is what you said.
Tipsy Realtors, the sober.
The sober second thought. That actually is. I think that's a great way to call it.
It's like a jump shrimp.
So, but the sorry, now I'm thinking of advertising to include the sober second thought for tips. It is kind of one of those things, like make a must want and need list, and make sure you're clear on your priorities when you're purchasing, because not everything is a need. Some things are just nice to haves, and if you're clear on what your nice to haves are, and you're clear with your agent on the nice to haves, then it makes it easier for us looking at houses. But I will tell you, and I don't know if you guys find this, as much as someone tells me what kind of house they want to buy, when I walk into a home and I watch their physical reactions to houses, and then we talk about what they like and what they don't,
Yep.
that makes it way more clear for me. Like when I'm going through the houses, like I can watch someone's physical reaction into a house and be like, yeah, they don't like it. And I've even said that to people. I said, I don't think you're liking this home. And they're like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You always need a feedback.
Yeah, I don't.
Without
like,
feedback,
like,
it's hard.
You guys, I don't feel you enthusiastic. Sometimes like people are like vocal, like, oh, look
Yeah.
at this, look at that, and I'm like, yeah, you guys don't like this one, right? Because you know what, they're enthusiastic. They're like, yeah, I'm like, that's okay, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, actually, when you're
Yeah.
looking at houses, if you walk into a house and you know that you're not going to buy it, you don't have to continue looking. I've said that to people. If we walk in and you know the moment you walk in that you're not buying that house, we don't have to finish looking. If there's people there, we're always polite, and we always continue looking at the home. But you don't have to finish looking at the home if it's vacant.
Yeah,
so
the
there's
only
no
thing
one
I want
there.
to add to your comment about making a list of needs and wants, a lot of people who shop for the first home, sometimes a new couple, Make sure you guys have an agreement
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, you need to
Sometimes
work as
we,
a
as a
team. Yeah.
realtors, have to mediate that agreement as
Yeah.
well. And I always suggest make a list yourself, then compare, and then kind of like whatever you don't agree on, kind of 1 to 10 of importance.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Everybody needs to work as a team.
yeah.
Yeah. And also too is another thing is when you're looking at properties, either use the portal your agent is sending you. It is the authority. So all realtors have access to the same listings. All realtors have access to the same information. Realtors have a centralized database in Calgary and Canada. So we don't have a bunch of different databases like a bunch of other countries do. So we have a centralized database that is realtor.ca or the portal that the realtors use, which collects data from realtor.ca, and know that that information
The
is
other
being
way
met.
around. Realtor.ca collects their information from metrics that we put in.
That we,
But you can see if the listing is pending, but your agent
Yes.
can see that
Yeah.
through his access.
So that's the big thing is that is all the houses that are for sale. So I know lots of times people will go and be like, oh, but my dad sent me this listing from blah, blah, blah website. And we look it up and it's like, yeah, it sold 6 years ago.
Yes, because you have to remember Realtor.ca site, it's a public metrics MLS system that updates as soon as the listing updates. So like if it's sold, it goes away. If it becomes active, it's there. When it's conditionally sold, it's still showing as
Like it's
active,
active, yeah.
because it's technically not sold. So we still have to market our properties while they're actually sold.
So trust your agent
Yes,
while you're
yeah, that's
looking.
the information that is controlled and constantly updated.
Yeah.
Other agents' sites and any other sites, we cannot. It's not like policed.
Yes.
They cannot maybe like have all the current and information, checked information, things like that. So
And-
beware.
Exactly. And we as realtors don't hide listings from you. We don't care. Like, look at all the
Yeah.
listings. Just pick one that you want to purchase and we'll do the research for you. Another thing to know as well is I know there's always that myth out there that we save the best listing till last. The way our backside of our MLS actually works is we put it into something called showing time. And then we hit something called Smart Route, which actually maps the most efficient route. And then we make our appointment. So we don't actually save the best listing till last, nor do we show it to you first.
Sometimes I like it to start with the first because then you compare everything to the best listing.
But it's not. I don't
Yeah.
find that it's an intentional
No,
behavior.
I would not go out of my way to be there
Exactly.
because the first, like if you've seen, let's say 5 homes and in a couple of different areas, it's the best way to drive around in a minimum amount of time.
And if we're not sending something, it's because of the reason. Either it's not matching your criteria or already conditionally sold.
Or there's something significantly wrong with it, whether it's too high of condo fees or backs onto a crappy location or something of that sort. Or we know something about the building. Like I had a client the other day who called me about a condo complex on 4th Street and there are significant structural defects on the condo complex. So I've never shown her.
So it means that reserve fund study gonna be really
you can't
increasing,
even get
yeah.
mortgages in that one. That's
Yeah.
how bad it is. So anyways,
another one thing that we need to talk is about, it's not a bad idea to get pre-approved.
always
Make
sure you talk with your bank
especially
first.
now.
Because you need to know
Mortgage
what
world
you
is
can
crazy.
afford. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Me, I
yeah.
said that it's not a bad idea to get it pre-approved because you need to know for how much money you can afford to buy your first property. Either it's going to be the condo or you can afford detached house, and based on that, we're going to do our search for you.
Yes, just to add on it. So for the first time buyers, if you don't get pre-approved, you start looking, you fall in love with something, and then you realize that your budget is a lot less. You will have a hard time buying something within your budget because you like everything in a higher budget already.
Yeah.
So that's kind of saves you a little bit on your mental game.
Yeah. And talking about the money, if you decide to buy a house, don't do your credits in the wrong order. For example, you decide to buy a house, but then you're buying a car, you're buying some products with credit.
Don't buy anything until you buy the house, especially a car.
But that is true because a lot of people don't realize that you could buy a $400,000 house and then after you take possession buy the $40,000 car on credit. But if you buy the $40,000 car on credit and then go to buy a house, you won't qualify for the $400,000 house.
That's right.
So there is an order to credit.
Yeah, and I often always say to all my clients, again, not just the first time, but it's true for the first time. You like it, you buy it. You can look and look and look.
In a hot
Yeah,
market like
yeah.
right now, to go through the home twice, it's a big mistake
Yeah, I
actually.
find, once you go out maybe a couple times and let's say you look on average 10 homes, and based on those 10 homes, you already know what you like, what you don't like.
Yeah.
And your agent, if the agent is quite experienced, have a strong idea of what you are looking for as well. So when you walk, let's say home number 11, and it checks all your boxes and you like it, but you just want to think about it, in a hot market, that home is gone. And you will miss out and you feel like you now have to find a second home just like this, and it does not exist, and it's going to be
Yeah.
very, very difficult emotional process.
And with all this competing offer right now, yeah, it's not time to wait.
Well, and lots of times, you know what? If you like the house, there's a good chance that someone else is going to like the house too.
Yeah.
Right? If you find the value, if you quantify the value there, you're probably not unique in that value assessment, because people actually have a pretty good gut feeling when it comes to value of homes. So you're probably not wrong in the value assessment, which means that someone else is going to get that gut feel too. So if you like the house, put in an offer, but an offer too doesn't mean you're buying the house, right?
Right.
It's like saying like your first date means you have to get married. An offer is just, I know someone always laughed at me the other day that saying I always use relationships as an analogy, but the offer is just a way of seeing if you and the other seller can come to an agreement on value for the property and terms for the property. And that's all it is. So you can make the offer and see if you guys can agree. But if you do agree to agree, you've got to obviously follow through, do your conditions, do your due diligence. And if that works, then you do agree to buy the house. But an offer doesn't mean you're buying the house. It just means that you've opened the conversation to
In
discuss
written,
what
yeah.
you think the value of the home is.
That's right.
And the condition that we put in an offer protect the buyer.
Yeah, you have
Always.
to remember being represented by your own realtor is an extra protection for you as a buyer. So when you're going out there and you're calling on a listing agent that answers, they will be happy to help you to buy their listing. But their
Never
legion is to the seller
Absolutely.
because they had their relationship first, that the contract states so. So you never can be fully 100% represented objectively by the listing agent. Having a buyer's agent, especially in our team, you see we have 3 of us here. We can divide and conquer. Having a buyer's agent representing you solely 100% protects a lot of your rights, negotiates in your best interests. And of course, like again, the listing price already has the commissions put it inside in a price for listing agent and a buyer's agent. So you're actually not paying much anything out of your pocket except your own due diligence.
And you don't save any money not using an agent, which I know lots of people think, well, hey, if I don't use an agent, I'm going to save money. Absolutely not, because a listing agent is most likely the person that gave them the price on the house.
Yes.
So
The price has been committed based on the market analysis.
Well, but that's the commissions have been
Yeah.
committed based on that. But like the price has probably already been told to them by the agent. So why would their agent, which they can't do, tell you to offer substantially less than asking price on the home? Where we, if it's not worth it, it's not worth it. Or if we want to see if we can push them, that's what we would
Yeah.
do on your behalf. So because we have no commitments, we have no relationships with the sellers, we don't know them, we don't know the other agent, and even if we did know the other agent, we're there for you.
That's right.
All right, price hike.
Okay, February 1st. It's the first show of February, which means you had entire January to get your names entered into the winning prize.
And this is so that you can have a very exciting Valentine's Day.
That's totally Robin's idea. She's such a romantic and
I
heart. So I'm gonna open my wheel of fortune. Hold on, where is it?
I believe that on Valentine's Day, everyone just sits there and stares at each other's eyes.
Okay, I totally don't do that, but okay. All right, so we got spin the wheel.
Look at that. That's a ton of names. Holy crap. That's a ton of names. Thank you for
thank
liking
you.
and sharing our show.
Natalie Mascalent,
Mascalienko, you have won
you have this.
the game for couples. It's something you may be able to play on Valentine's Day or anytime you're stuck for conversation with your
Please
significant other.
we don't need to have any sharing of any kind regarding this prize. You can just tell us how much you like it without detail.
That's right. Okay, so we're gonna. I think I did the screenshot. What are we doing next month?
Beer mugs!
Oh, beer mugs.
Beer
Because
Yeah.
it's St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Yes.
We have not just one, we have six of
So
Yeah.
you
those.
get a set of 6 beer steins
Yes.
for St. Patrick's Day, offered by and on behalf of Remax Realty Professionals.
And how you're gonna win them? Watch our shows. Watch for the Tipsy Realtor events. We are on different social medias. Obviously, Facebook Live, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok,
YouTube.
and YouTube. That's right. I always forget YouTube. So every time you see a Tipsy Realtor show, please love it, share it, tag your family and friends to watch like episodes. Every episode has a cool cocktail, so you either can tag them because of
And
the
cooler
cocktail.
checks.
Yeah, well,
And if you have any question, you can always contact Robin, Anna, or myself.
yes.
If you have any needs, questions about real
We
estate, we are happy
yes,
to.
we
yeah.
have a shortage inventory, so if you're in the market to sell, it's a great market for you to be in there. If you're a buyer, it could be a little bit more challenging and you need to be more prepared.
But we
And-
have a secret list of houses to go to, which we all have access to, but we just always go through it and find the secret listings. And actually, I got one client who just bought one off the secret list, and I have another client who is going to get access to one that no one else knows is for sale, which I'm always like, if no one else knows it's for sale, that's even better.
That's right. Then you have no competition.
Exactly.
So we're looking forward guiding you through February month with all our new topics. What are we
That's right.
doing next month? Next week, actually.
We are doing the Hammered Hulk. And then we're going to talk about how to love your home and make it show. And I have no idea why we picked the Hammered Hulk. We were trying to figure that out. Green with envy, maybe. I'm not really
I
sure.
don't know. Yeah.
Maybe it's green with envy, right? Because Hammered Hulk, how to love your home and make it show, and you're green with envy. So we have a green cocktail.
We'll go with that. And so watch the show. And if you have any real estate, or maybe cocktail, we always
Ooh,
take
yes,
a cocktail.
Cocktails. Post it
Yeah.
below. We
Yes.
always love suggestions for
Yeah,
cocktails.
yeah.
We actually do get quite a few recommendations, but definitely we love suggestions because we've always got next season that we're planning for. So your cocktail may make it on next season. Actually, we should make that a contest.
Oh,
Send us cocktails, and we'll find topics to go with your cocktail, and then we'll
Ooh.
mention it on the
I
show
love
that
it.
was your
I
cocktail.
love
Yeah,
it.
we
Let's
can
do
totally
it.
that.
Okay, you guys, keep sending. You can send it to Victoria, you can send it to Anna, you can send it to Robin, to any of our groups. Every time you see it on Instagram and Facebook and all the social media, we love to hear from you.
Thanks,
Love
guys. Have a great week.
Bye.